Hey everybody, this is Mary from Tidbits from the Attic. I've had a couple of people ask me how I make my snippets. I still have, let me move this over here, quite a few scraps over here, or pieces from Liz from the Crafty Devotion that I can use also. And then I just have all these scraps that I had in a scrap bucket. So I just pulled them all out and put them in the piles that they belong to and cut them up smaller. And then I just start with a base, which is just a piece of sheet. And then I put a piece of antique vintage ribbon on top of that. It's silk. I mean, you can start with any kind of base that you want. I just like this base myself, so that's why I used it. And then I just added some vintage doily that I had, and I just cut off the tops of it. It was on a piece of fabric that had, it was like a trim to a piece of a bed sheet or a tablecloth or something like that. So I just trimmed those off, and I can use those in the snippet as well. And then I had this little run of flowers, so I just cut them down to ones. And I had a little bit of this trim, so it was longer, so I cut the ends off of that. And just a small piece of lace that I cut up into squares. Here's even a smaller piece that I cut up. This was a little bag that you put things in, and it had a hole in it, so I cut it up. And I even kept where the string was to tie it, and I made bows out of the string to add to the snippet. So you can use all, and I have some little flowers here that, odds and end flowers that I've had over there that I've used for things. Just like this piece, I would cut it up into 3 different pieces. Doesn't matter if they're straight or not. And then I had this piece here left over. And then I had this little applique. And I thought, oh, I'd put that in the middle of this. So I thought, okay, I'll hang on to that. And I made this one earlier, and I used some of Liz's little hearts in there and a little piece of the lace. Didn't use much, but you know what? The more I use of it, the faster it goes. So I just use little snippets of it. So what I do here is I glue these down with Fabric Fusion or Fabri-Tac, and I don't put a lot on it because I'm going to sew this at the end. So I just start by gluing this down the way I want it. Doesn't take much glue just to hold it. And say that, usually I just sew these. I don't glue them. I just sew as I go. You want to add some other things in there as you go along. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm pretty systematic when I do it, though. I don't know why, but I do. Leave that one there. And I like them to hang over the edges somewhat. I hear my dogs in there fussing with each other. They're silly as could be. Let me put a little glue on this one first. Whoops. Put this one back here. I'll put my flowers on last because I don't want to sew through those. I can sew through what do you want to call it? This netting, but I really don't want to sew through the flower. So these are, I mean, you can, I like to do this. I don't care too much for fabric on them. I like it better like this, with laces and ribbons and stuff like that. I mean, you can use fabric. I've seen a lot of beautiful ones made with fabric, but I just don't think I could do one with fabric. I mean, I can give it a try, but I just don't think I can. And that's all you do is just keep sticking little bits and pieces down that you think looks good. and wherever you want them. There's no rhyme or reason. Try to get on those. Let's put these ones on there now. These have a little bit of gold in them, actually. And then at the end, when you get done sewing them all, then you're going to add some buttons or some jewelry. You can add little bulb pins with dangles on them. I think those are always cute. Probably going to add a little bit of this rust in here. I can make that go a long ways. That I surely can. Goodness, there we go. And you just keep adding to it. And before long, you've got a snippet roll of all your snippets. I always throw mine in a big bucket, a big bowl. And I save them. And then I cut them up like this, and I just make snippets. That way they don't get too out of control. I got a whole drawer full of snippets that I've made because I don't want to throw them away, because I can turn them into something like this. And I always think they're so pretty. So there's that. Let's put some of this on here too. You know, I'm going to put it all on here, right? So what's everybody been up to today? Serenity was kind of tired today after school, which is to be expected, but she got her stuff done. I took her home, and she fell asleep on the way to her mom's in the car. It's like, daggone, she's whooped. She was whooped. Got some more of this here. I don't really think you could overdo these. I really don't think you could. Cut this off of here. There we go. You're just going to layer it, and layer it. That's what you're going to do with it. Put some more of this on there. The more you layer it, the thicker it gets. I like to mix the whites and the creams together. That's what I like. Now you're thinking, oh my gosh, lady, you got enough. Doesn't take much glue because you want to hold it on, just enough to hold it on there. String off there. Let me see in here. Got some of this. Now we're going to start adding a little bit of color. really hated to cut those roses in half, but I sure did. A little bit of that pink in there. Here's some more of this ribbon. Pinka ribbon. So there's just little splashes here, little splashes there. There we go. So a little bit of this we could try to add. I like this fringing on the ends. Might be that might be too bright for right now. We can do a brighter one later. Get that off of there. I think this is really cute. Put that little butterfly like that. Those are a little big. That's a little big too. Okay, I'm gonna take this over here and I'm gonna sew it right quick on the sewing machine. Hopefully, hopefully I say. And I hope that glue does not clog up my machine. I'm gonna strip down the middle, I'm gonna strip down the side. Doesn't take much. There we go. There's that. Cut it. Put that up there. Pull it out. Now I'll go down the side of this over here. Oops, this caught. Let me cut it. I got that hung right up in there. There we go, got it. Put it like that. The sewing machine got hung up right here, and I pulled that stuff loose. So what I'll do is I will put a butterfly or a flower there like this, and you won't even know it. And now I don't have a problem. It kind of buckled it right there though, didn't it? Sure did. Okay, there we go. By the time I lay it down, here we go. Put a little bit of hot glue on this to hold that right there. Now I don't mind using hot glue, but I won't use the hot glue as long as I'm putting it into the sewing machine. But now we're going to add the flowers and some little buttons. Doesn't take much hot glue. There we go. There we go. This has a little bit of string on it. One, two, three, four, five, six. We got one more little stick on there somewhere. 1, 2, 3. We'll do it right here. Because we can cut that into 3 pieces if need be. This little bow. Right there. We'll put one this way, right there. There is no top, right, back, whatever. It's whatever you want it to be. This way, that way, the other way. Let me see about these. Nope. There's this little strip of pearlies we can put on there. That piece of tape off of that. We can put that right there, cut it right in half. Don't think we're gonna put that on there. It's a little too big now. Got some of these little flowers here we can put on. And then we got some little buttons we can put on. Cut a couple of these off. There we go. It's a little long right there. I usually hand sew these on most of the time, but for today, because of the video, I'm just going to glue them on. Hot glue. Right there. Try to do odd numbers. I don't like even numbers very well. But I like to put them on here too until it looks full and pretty. Sometimes more is better. Sometimes more is better. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. Still want to add some more of that pink in there. Got these little knots. That I cut off of that little ribbon. Kind of cute, actually. And it just adds another little texture to it. Let's see that. Need some more. There. Like a lot of the whites and creams and things like that. I really do. Put one in here. I have some other little bows I'd like to string through, but I'll put a couple of these through there. Should have thought about that when I was sewing. There we go, do it that way. Got little hearts and bows on it. My little puppy's underneath my desk here trying to lay down. She's not really a puppy. She's a Chihuahua that's like 3 pounds, but still a puppy to me. Made my hands shake. What do you think about that? I'll put that there. Okay, I think that's about it. These here, put a little, let me see. I think that's cute. Just a little bit of more color in there. This is from Liz too, Crafty Devotion. There we go. You guys are gonna know where all this come from when I use it on something, aren't you? Put that right there. Just another little texture added with that little gold on it. See, you almost can't even see the base, but you can see them hanging out on places, and that's the whole point of it, I guess. I'd like to put that underneath. No. Yeah, I think that's good with that. And then we got... Now I think we'll save these and make another one even. So anyway, there's that one. I hope you guys can see that. I know I got blue fingernails. My grandkids wanted me to have glow-in-the-dark nail polish. So we got glow-in-the-dark nail polish on. So that's it for the day. This here's from Crafty Devotion. Crafty Devotion. All these little bits and pieces here. All the little dashes of pink and a little bit of brown. I don't even... 1, 2. No, there was 3. Oh, right there it is. 1, 2, 3. And then this goldish color here. The pink, the pink, the pink, the pink, the pink, the goldish. Just little bits and pieces here and there. And that's how I use my little snippets. I mean, I just put them all on a base and sew them down. And that's that. There's another one from earlier. I can't put any more in the book. The book's too fat. It's definitely a gator mouth. Let me slide this out of the way. It's got some beautiful, it'd be pretty to set out, just to look at like that. I mean, all of those beautiful colors. And I did add, I worked on this page here. Tried to make it kind of flat. Didn't want to make it really bulkier, so I didn't add a whole lot. And then I finished this page. Added this little piece of music paper and this little girl and this little pocket watch. Added some little snippets. I added this. It's a pen, a very old pen that I added to that. And I wrapped up that paper, that wallpaper, and put it in here because you can write on the back of those. So I put that like that. Put this little book in here and this little picture in here. I didn't change anything here. Still have to put something on the back of this. It'll be real thin like the other ones. A little snippet there. I put this here. Still want to put a little picture here too. And I did this. Add this applique. No, it's not pink or anything, but it still looks good, I think, with it. Add this little lady on here twice and some little... Put a picture in here. There we go. I didn't do anything here, so I'll put something flat there. A little snippet there. Oh, I got that in there. I was going to put that on there, and I didn't do it. I think that... Oh, and I made this into a little lift up, and we'll put some lace down here. Then I did add this. I must have got it stuck. I sure did. Get that out there. That fabric tack, I got it. Oh, there we go. Put that there, and I'm going to add a little piece, a strip here of like, not this, but something here, just to brighten that up a little bit. And I added this here. And I put this little envelope in here. It's got a little bird on it and some little lace. And that's it on here. I didn't do anything on here yet. I'm thinking about putting something here. I just haven't decided yet. So that's not a very deep pocket. That's just like a little tuck spot, really. But I don't know. We'll see. I even thought about putting this on here, but I really didn't want to do that either. So I keep it over here in my bowl of goodies that she sent. And still nothing on the back, because I don't think it needs anything on the back. And it closes, and it's just pretty. I mean, you've got all these different layers of... That is closed. That's definitely closed, people. That's a gator mouth and a half. I'll probably just wrap a ribbon around it and leave it as is like that, you know. Don't want to put too much pressure on that spine. I don't usually make them like this, but I really like that. I mean, it turned out really pretty from the side. I mean, I like it anyway. So, but anyway, that's the book so far. And I need you to go over and just check out Liz at Crafty Devotion on YouTube and on Facebook and her Etsy store. She has some really good deals over there, good pricing, beautiful lace. She has some beautiful dresses that she makes from the lace, and she makes beautiful flowers on YouTube, and very easy to follow directions. And I would really appreciate if you go check her out. I'm sure she would as well. Thank you. You guys have a great night. See you later. Bye.